Hi guys, my name is Beans. This is going to be a review for the Antimatter spinner made by Ilya Pomansky of Valence Custom. Really nice packaging right here. And actually this reminds me of Grave Raven's Binary Fusion. I think they use the same box, which is, it is a nice box right there. Right, so it does have the magnetic lip here. And we have this awesome spinner. It does have 3 cutout foams here just to help it from shifting around. And here we go. Really nice. Now this is quite hefty, and I want to share my experience of getting this. This is a pre-order, and I think I pre-ordered mine earlier in June, like early June. And I just got this now, and that's kind of like after 3 months. The creator did mention that it'll take a while to procure the materials. We have titanium here along with the copper, and with the cutting and the flame anodized treatment and all that stuff in the assembly, it will take a while. And for me, actually, it would be nice if there's like updates on Facebook, but he uses Instagram quite more often. And I just basically check on his progress from there, which is not too bad. Sometimes there's like weeks where like, so what's going on? But finally, after a while, the update gets it's a bit more frequent, and finally I got it here, and I'm really relieved because it is quite expensive. But yeah, it is an amazing spinner, worth waiting for. Yeah, really nice. Now another thing I want to point out is if you're trying to get this, the website, there's so much options, and that's one of the things that I got a little confused at the beginning, because it's asking you for, I think at the beginning he has 2 models, one that you can change out the weights, and another one's just one solid, but I think he just went for this, which you can change out the weights. So this is the base model. Basically all of them will have a titanium body unless you opted for the more expensive metals, and that's probably around $300 $400 more. I think he showed in Instagram his Damascus body instead of the titanium, and that is quite expensive. But it does look awesome, so he does have that as well. But for the basic model right here, I think he also offers the color what you wanted, and he has a lot of different colors to choose from. I went with the simple blue with gold highlights. There's like gold onto the edges right there, and I believe this is probably titanium buttons as well. So blue and gold for that combination. And for the weights, you have an option of either choosing copper or stainless steel. I went with copper. I think it's a lot better in terms of combination, and he actually recommend that if you have the blue here, I think the copper matches quite well, and it does. I like that combination right here. Although you can still go further and buy different inlays, which goes in this spaces right here, and that's when you open this all up and put those 3 pieces right there. On top of that, you can also customize and add different kind of weights. So I did order those. I went with Damascus inlays, and I actually went a little crazy and went with a tungsten carbide weights, which I will get eventually. So right now he's going by order number, and if you just pre-order now, it might take another month or so before it gets to you. But hopefully he gets to everyone's order. But I'm just really happy I got mine here. Yeah, this is really nice. In terms of hotspot, this the first thing you might be wondering, is there hotspots on this corners right here? It's actually rounded, well, not rounded, but it's chamfered quite well, that even if you're catching here, I have no issues with hotspot. It's just really easy to flick. Yeah, quite nice. Alright, so next part is the balance. So let's give this a shot. It's actually a really subtle wobble. I can kind of feel it. Let's try it this way. Yeah, a little bit, but as you can see, it's quite nice. The heft on it, the weight, kind of keeps it balanced. Even if I shift it a little on the one side, it's maintaining its balance. So quite great. And for those curious how it's retained, let's start opening this with the caps right here. And here we go. We got an R188 bearing with this the core capsule. It's kind of retained on both sides, so it's kind of interesting how that is. Now here's the caps here, the thread. It's a bit long, and one of them has a snap ring. I'm not sure if that's just used as a spacer, but how come the other side doesn't have it? Not sure if I'm missing one. Now when I have the caps in here, it does shift a little bit. There's a little bit of wobble, but it doesn't really affect much in terms of the spin time or balance, I guess. So yeah, anyways, here we go. Now I was wondering, where's the tools? Turns out there's a hidden compartment here, so you just kind of pull this here, and here you go inside. So here's the key. Actually, I can just put this on my keychain. It's an alpha, and I got number 15. I guess I'm the 15th order. And I got another tool here, a little small one. Now some of you are wondering, how come there's two of them? Well, as you can see here, it's held on both sides. And let's just go ahead and actually, before we do that, let's go weigh this. Let's find a weight with copper. And here we go. There is some crazy crow outside. Not sure if you can hear that in the video, but without the caps, it's about 84 grams. Let's put the weights here onto the side. About 98. Yeah. So the total weight of the spinner is about 98 with the basic. Probably a little lighter with the stainless steel. Probably close to 90. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this. And we're just gonna position this here. Let's see if I can get that there. Yep, that's good. Then on to the other side here. Actually, probably don't need to put both of them at the same time, but let's just try it. All right. Here goes nothing. Yeah, you probably don't need to put both of them. I think it's no, actually, yeah, it does, because that thing moves. But I think we can hold it with just our finger. Alright, so let me undo this side. It's a very interesting encapsulation of the bearing. Alright, there we go. Got the R188 bearing here. I think this is a hybrid, yeah, hybrid ceramic bearing with the stainless steel cage. Here's the other side. Now this one is quite interesting. Let's see if I can get some light here. There is a metal spring inside, and I think that kind of gives it tension for the bearing. Maybe gives it a little bit of cushion. Quite interesting. And let's take this out. See if I can kind of wiggle this free. There we go. Alright. So we can remove the weights if ever I want to change it out. Alright. So let's actually check it out without the copper. Basically, we're just going to weigh all the copper weights here and see what is the difference. 49, almost 50. I think I mentioned 98 before. So about half the weight is on the copper weights. Yep, that is heavy. Now adding a tungsten carbide probably is going to be a little bit more. This is going to probably reach 120. Yeah, that's going to be a hefty spinner. But yeah, really nice. You know, this copper weights, nicely done. You got all these contours here, all the cuts. That's just amazing. But yeah, let's see how much the plates itself weighs. 27. All right. So there you go. Quite interesting. And let's just put this back here. Right, I'm gonna start putting it on. Now, I could play around the weights, and maybe the body itself is not balanced as well. And if I just play it right, maybe I can get it balanced. But I'm not sure how well that's gonna work. Right, let me just put everything here. Make sure that thing is nice and flat. There we go. And I kind of want to put the one with the spring on the bottom. Put this thing here, the spring. So it does give, it is springy. It's like some kind of shocks. Alright. So put this here and put the top here. It's actually a really cool retention system. Yeah, quite different. So very unique with Antimatter spinner. It works. I just hope the spring will last. It should. Alright, so this is the part where you need two tools and to tighten it. Alright. I think there's also an option to get bigger buttons, which I opted for as well. Yeah, I actually went all crazy with this. Went all out. It is a very cool spinner. And I think that's good enough. Not too tight. Otherwise it's... I think it'll be fine. Alright, just making sure there's no gap on the edge there. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Other than I could do some comparison with other spinner of this size, but it is such a unique spinner. Really cool. You can feel it's probably a spring. But yeah, really cool spinner. Actually, let's see if I can do some warp. Alright, so let's do some midnight warp, as I call it. Basically, I'm doing a warp video inside my room. It's cloudy outside, overcasted, and I just come across, and it actually kind of works out. So here's my phone here. Apparently my camera, the one I'm using to record right now, cannot pick up, or it's just a different frame rate. I cannot get a warp. But on my phone, I always able to do so. So what I normally do is use one lamp. I have a lamp right here, just one. You need one source of light. Get it up close like this. Get your focus, and you hold it down. You get that AF lock, and start spinning. I did tighten it down. Let's see if I get this. There we go. Got some nice warp there. It's not gonna be as clear as for outside, but it's good enough. I can get some. There we go. Slow-mo. Yeah, because it's still spinning here. There we go. A little demo on how to do warp inside your home. And I just kind of slow it down with my fingers. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. It's a really nice spinner. I actually recommend it if you have the budget for it. Alright, so let's do some midnight warp. So basically, I'm gonna be using my phone here since the camera I'm using right now cannot capture the warp as well. And you need one source of light. I have one lamp right here, just one. And what I typically do is I need to get it to focus and you know, make sure yeah, that's good enough. Start spinning. You know, get that nice warp. There we go. Alright, let's try that one more time. Holding it at a certain angle here. Too fast. So I kind of rub it on my finger, kind of slow it down. There we go. Hold on, might have to play around with the focus here. Right, let's try that. Not too fast. There we go. A little slow-mo. Some spinner it works well, but some like this one, it's kind of hard to capture it. Yeah, it's spinning, it just... I think that's good enough. But you are able to do that even inside the home. Just gotta have one source and just gotta play around with the setting with your phone or camera. So yeah, quite nice. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the review for the Valence Customs Antimatter spinner. It is a really great piece, and hopefully if you're into like a high-end spinner, you know, check it out. It's worth getting. Anyways, that's about it. If you got questions, let me know. I'll try my best to answer for you. And yeah, that's it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.